Welcome to Quickdraw. All our Quickdraw episodes are spoiler-free. Enjoy the show.
We were driving past Zizek's Road yesterday, and we thought to ourselves, why not have a movie quick draw? Could Ashley find a movie that was better than mine? Could I find a movie that was better than hers? No. Instead, we'll be on the same side, debating the same movie, but it'll be faster, quicker, and just as mean. Quick draw. Welcome to Microsodes.
Welcome to another episode of Quickdraw.
Awesome. I'm super excited to be here with you tonight.
I'm so excited to be here with you as well. We're discussing the TV show Black Mirror.
What a quick draw it will be.
Yes. I'm hoping to keep it quick. But I also know us, so there's that.
Nice. I mean, that could be taken so many different ways.
Anyway.
So where can people watch Black Mirror?
So you can watch Black Mirror now on Netflix. It has a total of 7 seasons. The last season just came out in 2025. And each season has about 3 to 6 episodes.
Yeah, and there's also an interactive movie, which we watched a long time ago, but it's kind of a play your own adventure, but a version of Black Mirror. Kind of interesting for the thought process. They put it in, I think, when they had that like kind of hiatus because they weren't around for, I think they took a little bit off between seasons.
Yeah, it may have been during COVID.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit before that because, I mean, this is a pretty intense show.
Yes.
So, but anyway, there's also an interactive movie that you guys can check out as well.
Nice. Well, I didn't know that, so thank you.
You got it.
Okay, so we're talking about Black Mirror now because we watched the first episode of the last season last night.
Season 7.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 1. Just so that way everybody's on the same page.
Exactly. And it's called Common People, I think.
That sounds accurate. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember the name of the episode.
Okay. But it had Rashida Jones.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know the other actor's name.
I don't know the other guy's name. I apologize to you, sir, but I know that you're a comedian. You've been in a bunch of movies. We could look it up very quickly, but if I'll just do a very brief description. You were the police officer in Bridesmaids who kept hitting on Kristen Wiig. You were also in This Is 40 with Paul Rudd. And then most recently you were in that episode of Black Mirror.
I love it. And the other actress was Tracy Ellis Ross. Anyway.
You just went with the 2 most famous people.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. I just don't know if she was really that important. Was she that? I mean, guess she was. Never mind. She was very important.
I only said it because she was famous.
Oh, right.
That's the only reason.
That makes sense.
I mean, everyone else is, I'm sure, especially in their own right. I mean, I'm famous in my own right. So are you. So is Stels.
Well, I'm infamous in my own right.
Okay, I'll take it.
Quick draw.
Okay, so if you haven't heard of Black Mirror, how I would describe Black Mirror is a series of individual movies that are between 40 minutes and an hour and a half.
Yeah, I for people who remembered it or watched it, I just kind of equate it to like a more modernized version of the Twilight Zone.
Yes.
Or like Outer Limits, something along those lines, because there's a lesson to be learned along the way, but a lot of it's very dark.
Yeah, and they're each episode is like a standalone episode, so you don't have to watch them in order.
Just a fun fact about that as well is that the creator actually said that people think, oh yeah, that's all, they all exist in the same universe. They don't. They're all each their own, like basically they said like multiverse or different universe is kind of the way that he saw it.
That is very interesting. And I also read that there are many Easter eggs that do tie some of the universes together. Like they'll use
Right.
the same brand or something on like a can. So I
Yeah.
don't know if they're actually the same universe, but I didn't look really into the Easter eggs too much, but I thought that was pretty cool too.
Well, it's probably because Easter's already passed.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of Easter eggs, huh?
Yes. And I didn't look too far into it, but it seemed like it was more brands or packaging, like little things or like a company name. It's not like you saw characters from other ones.
And it's that kind of reminds you of all the multiverses that they have on like superhero movies or things like that. Even though you haven't seen those just yet, there's different versions of you out there. So it would make sense that somebody would come up with the same product somewhere else, but it might be a different company that owns it.
Exactly.
Like, what if Pepsi tasted like Coca-Cola and vice versa?
I mean,
But they'd
hell
still
would
be-
freeze over.
I mean, it could, depending on which hell that you were in that multiverse.
Exactly. It's true.
All right. So, yeah, I really agree with you. I think having the Easter eggs in there, and then also
Having them all be individual universes.
yeah.
Yeah. And they're each standalone, which I really like because you don't have to, it's like a mini movie. So whenever we have not a lot of time in the evening to like watch
Right.
a whole movie, I'm like, oh, let's turn on a Black Mirror episode because it feels like a movie, but it's shorter.
Yeah, and even though they're shorter, they still, to your point, they really do feel like a movie sometimes. Like you're halfway through and you're like, have you been watching this for an hour?
Exactly.
Yeah. Even though they aren't as long as regular movies, like at 2 hours or whatever else like that, when you're 30 minutes in, you could feel like you've been watching it for an hour.
Yes.
So to your point, it is like basically like a small movie.
Yeah.
And it feels that way because they go so much into their like character depth and storytelling.
Okay. All right. No, I'm so sorry. So before I get into my movie fact, I want to kind of explain what the episodes are in general. Because we already explained it's kind of like a short movie, but the whole premise of the show is that it's kind of like futuristic, like you mentioned with the Twilight Zone, but a lot of it has to do with technology and how humans interact with technology and how it's like a worst case scenario in the future based on humans. However, you might watch it and think, oh, it's based on how technology ruins people. But the creator of the show actually said that the show isn't anti-technology and technology isn't usually to blame in the episodes.
That's true. It's just usually user error.
Yeah. He says usually the technology, it's just facilitating. Okay. I'll read it one more time. I'll read the whole thing. So the creator, Brooker, I can't remember what his first name was, says usually the technology isn't to blame in the stories. It's just facilitating some weaknesses in our character. It saddens me when people think this show is written by an angry old man who's furious at pixels. Which I guess makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, everything you said makes sense because usually when technology gets out of control, it's because of people misusing it.
Right.
The technology is just the technology.
Yeah, the technology is great. It's how humans interact with technology, and Black Mirror represents the worst case scenarios.
Right.
Pretty much. None of the episodes are particularly happy. It's all kind of
Right.
depressing for the most part. You expect it to be depressing every episode. So
Yes.
it's definitely not something you're going to binge. Do not binge this show.
Not unless you really feel like you want to get depressed.
Exactly. And I read something in here that says Netflix might be the biggest binge watching hub on the internet, but Brooker doesn't recommend watching Black Mirror episodes one after the other. He says, I don't know that we're really much of a binge watching show because it's a bit like being hit by a car. He says, how many times can you get hit by a car in one day?
It's a great, I mean, that is a fantastic analogy and probably the reason why he's the director and like creator of this. That was very intelligent.
Right? And it's incredibly thought-provoking, I would say. Think of it as a short movie that you can watch when you want something thought-provoking, but it's definitely not a comedy. There might be dark comedy in it, but it's not lighthearted.
No, definitely not. Now I
Right.
have one other Black Mirror fact for you, but it's
Ooh, okay.
but it's not directly about the show.
Okay.
In 2017, a very famous actor said that if he was ever to star on a Netflix television show, it would be Black Mirror. I will give you 3 guesses as to who this famous actor might be.
John Hamm.
No.
Jesse Eisenberg.
No.
Shit, they were both on them.
Yes.
Alan Richson.
Oh.
Because
that's
he's
a
on
great-
Prime, right?
Yeah, he's on Prime. It was actually Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt?
He said that he would want to be on an episode of Black Mirror because he was doing a featurette on a movie that came out called War Machine. And they said, oh, if you were ever going to be on a TV show or like a TV series, what would you like to be on? And he said Black Mirror because I think they have a lot of interesting ideas and characters.
I would have to agree with him. It's a really cool show. And after the last season that aired, I don't know, it was maybe 2022?
Yeah.
Or 2023 maybe. I think it's like 2 years between seasons, which makes a lot of sense because there aren't a lot of shows per season because everything is very detailed.
Right.
And everything, like the special effects is really good. They do a really great job on matching anything historical too, like matching different decades or different parts of the world or different futuristic types of things. They spend a ton of time on like research on that and also the special effects, which all of the practical special effects, they have a ton of practical, if not all practical.
Yeah, I can't remember a time in which they really used something that was overtly CGI.
Unless it's a screen that has something, right?
But I mean, that's
obvious.
just like a regular TV show, right?
Right.
So I completely agree with that, and I think it was really, really well done.
I also was reading that they film all over the world, like
Yeah.
like several different countries.
Yeah, definitely. They film in incredible locations and try to utilize things that people haven't seen before.
Yeah,
It was
and
something that I was researching too.
Yeah, and they've really like A-list actors.
I think I mean, when you hear someone like Brad Pitt, it's like, oh wow, okay. I mean, they obviously their storytelling is in line with like, wow, I haven't seen that before.
Right.
So it's great for the audience, great for the actors. It's not the same cookie cutter stuff that sometimes they get kind of typecast into.
I agree. And I apologize to the listeners out there. This will be a little bit longer because I think Black Mirror is one we probably should have done a whole episode on.
Yeah.
I
it's
never
gonna be a
really
little
thought
bit
of, I didn't think about it until just now, but maybe we'll do more of an in-depth later
okay.
on like maybe our favorite episodes.
Oh, okay.
We can mention them.
Okay. Well, did you want to talk about your favorite episodes?
Sure.
Okay, I've got 2 because I think that that's probably as much as I want to give away about the show.
Oh, okay. What's your first?
You're going to let me go first?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Mine is season 4, episode 1. The USS Callister.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I couldn't remember what that one was about, so I didn't write it on my list. However, what I was going to say was that there's a second USS Callister coming out in, or maybe it's already out in season 7, and it features, like the first one, the girl from the Penguin.
The girl from The Penguin and
And
Jesse Plemons.
Oh, Plemons, not Eisenberg. That's who I was talking about earlier.
Oh.
That's who I meant earlier.
Well,
I knew Jesse. Jesse from Civil War. That's the one you remember. Jesse from the movie that we were watching when they were in the car forever.
You already stole what I was going to say. I said he plays an unnerving person that is a private cinematic. He creates his own private cinematic adventures, and he punishes the characters that speak out against him.
Oh.
I said he was in unnerving performances, like in the movie Civil War, where he played uncredited militiaman.
He did?
That was
really what it was called?
That's really what his character was called in that movie, was uncredited militiaman. That's what he played in Civil War.
Wow.
Or Todd in Breaking Bad, for those who've seen Breaking Bad. Incredible show, but he was very mean in that. And then he was married to Kirsten Dunst in 2022.
Are they still married?
Yes,
I guess
are.
that was very quickly. That was 20.
Yes, they still are.
How nice.
Yeah, so I figured if I was going to talk about a show, I would give at least a little tidbit to go with it. So
I love
the
it.
USS Callister. It wasn't my favorite episode. When we were talking about doing this quick draw, we said, well, we can't both have the same episode. Be our favorite. So we picked two different episodes. I know that we're going to share at least one episode is the favorite, because that's my favorite.
And it's mine.
Is the one that you're going to say. But I wanted to also say that there's other awesome ones that are out there too, like USS Callister.
I agree.
I would say that's probably my number 2 favorite episode on Black Mirror.
Nice. Okay, let's see if this is recording. Okay,
Hello?
we're back. You don't know, but we just recorded probably a whole 10-minute dialogue of our favorite episodes in vast detail. And now I realized it wasn't filming, or it wasn't recording. So
Hey, technical difficulties. We should put in that thing that goes like boy or whatever, and it has the little guy, the handyman.
Oh yes, with the hammer.
Yeah.
Kind of like a clip art.
Exactly.
With it, does it have a face or eyes?
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, what's really cool about it is we can just do it again. I mean, we could really just do it again right now and just talk about it.
So we'll talk about it again. And
But this is the second time. So if we don't sound as surprised as what we said the first time, then that's on you for missing out.
Yeah, or we'll act surprised and it'll be very realistic.
Oh, nice.
It won't. We'll probably do something over the top, or we'll just be normal. How dare you?
Okay.
So you just explained your favorite episode. So before the podcast, we both decided to pick our favorite episodes. But we knew
Yes.
but we knew that they would both be the same episode because we've talked about it a lot before.
Agreed.
So we got our favorite 2 episodes each in hopes that they won't be the same 2. So even though we both like one, we didn't want to cheap out on you. So we got you another episode. So technically you get 3, hopefully.
We're not cheap.
We're not cheap. Luxury all the way, baby. Our favorite episode of Black Mirror is Season 3, Episode 4.
Nailed it.
What is it called?
San Junipero.
And I'm not going to give anything away, but basically, San Junipero is about, I don't know, life and what you do in the afterlife, kind of.
Right. That's a pretty good representation of it.
Yeah, and a lot of it is set in the 80s.
Yeah, I think it's kind of I would say it's a 70-30 split. Maybe 60-40.
Really? I'm remembering it wrong then.
No, I don't think you're misremembering it. It's just there was a lot more that didn't take place in the 80s that I think that you're forgetting about. Because the 80s portion of it kind of like blew the whole episode away.
Oh, because it was so good.
Right.
Okay. So I mean, I trust you way more than I trust my own memory. I don't remember anything. So basically, I just remember I loved it and I know the story. And I think now talking about it, oh, before I forget, the key hairstylist won an award, a BAFTA award
Oh, nice.
for the best hair, I guess, for the movie because the 80s.
Basically, best like makeup and hair for
Yeah.
that episode or something.
Yeah.
And like that episode won.
That episode won an award.
Wow!
because-
Congratulations to her.
I know, because the 80s was so like on point. They do
Wow.
a really great job in all of their episodes with sticking to the right timeline. And like all their set design is really great. Like
Yeah, they've got it. They've really compiled a good crew that really knows what the vision is. You can tell like everybody's on point with the set decorations, the timepieces, and those kinds of things. Another quick fact, because you were talking about them filming all over the world, not just in one place. A lot of people thought that in this episode, the arcade that's in the 80s was the same arcade that was used in Stranger Things. However, that is not true because Black Mirror films all over the world. So that arcade that we see in that episode was actually from Cape Town, South Africa.
nice.
And the one that they used in Stranger Things was in Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
So there we go.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Also, I think in all of the Black Mirror episodes, most, if not all, of the effects are practical.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there isn't a whole lot of CGI that's
Right.
on their show. What you see is what you get. So I think they do a really good job of not taking away from things. I think when this didn't get recorded, you were saying re-recorded over or not recorded at all. You said something along the effects of like, oh, well, but you know, if it has to be on a TV, if it has to be a technological thing, then that's one thing. But you're right, a lot of it, or I would say probably 90% of it, is probably practical effects.
Yeah, and they do such a good job on it. And I think based on the quantity that they put out, I think they focus, the whole Black Mirror show focuses more on quality than quantity.
Right.
And I think they really put in 100% of effort in everything. It's like the storyline, the characters that they hire or they cast, the hair and makeup, the costumes, the
Right.
set design, the
Yeah.
direction, like all of it, and the visuals. Every episode is going to have a feeling of some emotion, and the visuals do a great job with making you feel that emotion yourself.
Yeah, I think one of the things that is really cool is, to your point about talking about them putting in 110% in everything that they're doing for each one of these episodes. That might be why those seasons are so short, because they're very intense and they're very thought-provoking, and it probably takes a lot out of all the people to come up with something like that and then to execute it. And in which the way that they do, where these stories just take you on emotional roller coasters all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an incredible TV show. And if you guys have the opportunity to watch it, I would highly recommend it.
Me too. And some episodes are lighter than others. I would say, I think I liked San Junipero the best because it wasn't as heavy as some of the other ones.
Right. And what was the second one that you liked?
So my second favorite episode is season 3, episode 1, which is Nosedive.
Huh. Okay. You'll have to remind me about that one.
And that one is with Dallas Howard, Ron Howard's daughter, with the red hair.
Okay.
And it's basically, I don't want to give anything away, but everyone is kind of rated.
Okay. I immediately know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that one is incredibly interesting. That's the first episode I ever watched, was that one.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Oh, did we watch that one together?
I think so. I think because getting back to Morgan, I think he said, like, if you want to break into it, maybe watch this episode first.
Yeah.
Because it'll start giving you a little bit more of an idea about what it is. Because the first season was, I mean, you had to really be into it.
Yeah.
But if you start there and then you work your way backwards then forwards, it kind of works out pretty well.
I agree. Also, I have to preface, we never watched season 1, episode 1, because someone told me it was very gross. And I have been very nervous to watch it, so we never watched it.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know because we've watched so many of them.
I know, but I never.
I mean, we can go back and watch it now.
Well, it might be too gross for me. But
Okay,
I mean,
well,
I guess I
could watch
can
it and then I could tell you.
No, because I want to do it with you. I'll just close my eyes.
Throughout the whole episode.
No, toward the bad things, I'm sure.
Okay.
But I do have a couple honorable mentions.
Okay. Well, okay, so Nosedive, what was it that you liked about it?
So Nosedive was basically about rating. So kind of think in today's world, like Uber, you get a rating. So
Uber, Lyft, Uber Eats, DoorDash.
and basically society relies on your rating from other people, but everyone can rate you for any reason.
Right.
So it's very interesting, and the characters she meets along the way are incredibly, like, I don't know, it's just so good. It's so interesting. So if you're starting off and you're not used to like a Black Mirror type of show, I might tell you to start off with Nosedive. You got to dive right in. Dive your nose right into that series.
Dive right in.
Yeah, so it's season 3, episode 1, Nosedive. And I personally recommend going with that one first.
I think that's a good recommendation.
And then a couple other ones that I will give honorable mentions to. Season 1, episode 3, which was the entire history of you, where the guy had the thing in his eye and they could see their entire life.
Right.
And then season 3, episode 2, which was Playtest, where they did he signed up for that.
Oh, yes, the
thing.
haunted house.
Yeah, and they did the haunted house game.
Oh, man, that one's way up there, too.
Yeah, that one's a good one, too. Okay, season 4, episode 4, Hang the DJ, where everyone has a relationship timeline. No, a relationship countdown.
Right.
And so you see, I don't know what it was. It wasn't an app. It was like a button or something. And you could see it said like 3 weeks. And for some reason, everyone ended up like, it was a real timeline. It was very interesting. Anyway.
Yeah, no, that one was great. And I think you saying that, was there another one?
Yes.
Oh.
Season 4, episode 6, Black Museum.
Oh, right.
That one was out of control. Like, it was real intense, but it was so like thought provoking.
Yeah. That one was nuts. And I think one of the things that you can say for a TV show like this is those were just the honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can turn something on and know that, like, okay, there's 7 seasons and almost 98% of the episodes are incredible.
Yeah.
It's something you should probably watch, and that's the reason why we're bringing you up and would recommend it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I would highly recommend.
Oh, yeah.
It's a hit.
Oh, it's a hit.
And I'm so excited to watch the second episode. But we watched the first one last night, so we'll wait a week.
Yeah, we got to slow down because that's one of those ones you don't know when it's going to come back on.
Yeah, and you also got to savor it. It kind of feels like what they did, unlike a lot of shows now, because it's like you just got to get it out.
Right.
They spend a ton of time on the story. They develop the story in intense detail.
Right.
And then they like build around that and get like the best options from everything because they want to tell the story in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I agree. All right. Well, that was an awesome quick draw.
I agree. Thanks for listening to another one.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys like it.
I hope it wasn't too long this time. I mean, we'll always go on tangents. I apologize. It's usually me.
It's both of us, and I think it's because we actually really enjoy spending time and talking to each other, and we want you to be a part of like our conversations too, because it's
fun.
Yeah, it's always fun. So thank you very much for listening. If you've gotten this far, we appreciate you guys listening. Like and subscribe.
And turn on your downloads if you'd like, because I can see if people download. Oh, I can't see, kind of, whatever. Anyway, write us a review if you'd like, or don't write it. You can just give us a stars, hopefully above 4.
Just the one right above that.
Yeah, preferably above a 4. No, but whatever you feel. And you can also write suggestions or send us your reviews of movies or any comments that comments, suggestions to microsodspodcast@gmail.com. And it'll also be in the show notes.
There you go. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. Thank you to my beautiful co-host and our little correspondent. Appreciate you two very much.
Thank you as well, my handsome husband.
Tip of the cap.
Hats off to you.
Hats off, hats on. I don't know what that's from, but that's enough.
Quickdraw.
Quickdraw.
We'll catch you next time on Quickdraw.